This is spring, and here we have our pear trees. 3 baking pear trees, and then we have 2 eating pears, and you can see how beautiful the blossoms are on these trees. If you look up close, hopefully you can see they're just full, probably fuller than they ever have been. So it looks like it's going to be a great year for pears for us. And then if we look over this way at the driveway, you can see our crab apple is nice and pink. Each year we trim it back, and it's so nice to have it come out. That's a beautiful crab apple. Of course, we have our nice bird feeder up there, but right now it's empty. We got to fill it back up. And down here we have some apple trees. They're just starting to bud. They're later to bloom. And then here's one of our weeping cherry trees, as you can see here. They don't produce any fruit for us, but they're beautiful in the spring with all their blossoms. You can see more apple trees here. And in the distance, you can see a big, huge weeping cherry. And it's got beautiful white blossoms. And of course, here's our plum tree. Now, it did have a whole bunch of blossoms on it, but now blossoms, a lot of them are gone, and now it is getting all those nice green leaves, and that's our plum tree. And we're hoping to get lots of plums this year. Here we have our newest addition, which is an apricot tree. And we just got this over the mountains and brought it back. And hopefully in 4 or 5 years it'll produce some nice apricots. Here we have a peach tree, which we've had in the ground for just 2 years maybe, and it's just now getting bigger. It's got a whole bunch of blossoms on it. I don't know if we'll get fruit on it or not. It's a little early as far as years go, but you can see how beautiful the blossoms are on this peach tree. And it's that way with all the peach trees. They have great blossoms. Now over here we have our nectarine. We've not gotten actual, well, we've had fruit growing, but it never came to fruition. But look at the beautiful, beautiful flowers. Can you see these flowers on this nectarine? They are just amazing. It's very beautiful. Alright, now we've come to the chicken area. Of course, we're not growing anything in here except for we have a couple of cherry bushes. And you can see the cherry bushes in front of the house. And of course you can, and they will produce some fruit, but most of the fruit that comes off of them, the chickens eat off of it right away. And here's our chickens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's see, do we have any eggs in here? Let's go see if we have eggs. Here's the inside of their house, by the way. And you can see there's places where a couple of them sleep. And here's where the others sleep, though. Oftentimes they don't sleep on there, they sleep up on the ledge above it, of course. Let's see how many eggs we have in here. Well, we got 2. Here's what they look like. Nice brown eggs. Yesterday I got 5, the day before I got 5, the day before that I got 3. Usually I get 3 or 4, but it looks like today they took the day off for the most part. And the temperature right now looks like it's 62 degrees in here. So it's nice temperature for them. Probably a little warmer outside, but we have a nice breeze. That's probably our oldest chicken, the white one there. These are all hens. We used to have a rooster, but he died. But here's the cherry blossoms, what's left of them. They came on pretty early.
Hi everyone, welcome to our garden. So James took you around to all the pretty flowering trees, which have never looked better. Another thing that has never looked better is our raised beds, and so so Victor has helped us so much by taking what used to be here, which you can see is just a mess, unparalleled, and he has raised it and done concrete, and we did this because we really don't want to just keep bending down. That doesn't help our backs and knees and all the things that hurt, right?
That's right.
All of us.
Especially for me.
And so we are really happy to have raised beds, and we're going to redo the irrigation too, so it's going to run along the ground rather than up like it is right now. So let me tell you what's planted. It's March, and we have all of our peppers planted inside on the radiators. We've had them since January. There's our spicy peppers like jalapenos, and also a lot of sweet peppers, every kind of color you can imagine, which we feel very blessed about. We have tomatoes. We don't have big tomatoes, they're just the tiny ones, but they're orange and they're yellow and they're red and they're grape tomatoes or cherry tomatoes. We have the lettuces, the kales, the chard is all up and going. You can see here that we have strawberries and peas that I'm planting. The strawberries are down low, and then the peas I'm planting so the sun will go over them. They're looking good. These particular peas are the pod peas that you would have in like stir fries and whatnot. But we also have the English peas, which are the ones that of course you shell or you eat at a younger rate. So this next week, Mr. Victor is going to help us, God bless him, by raising up and securing this bed, for instance, which has always been our salad bed. Right now we're using it to store pretty tulips that James bought for us that are so nice every year. But Victor will go ahead and raise it up a little bit and secure it with concrete. And then the big job begins, which will just be epic. Sorry, Victor, ahead of time. Oh, which is this pretty bed that has kind of these little bump outs, which I like for like dividing out herbs. Like I have one section is my onion section, one is my herb section. And of course, Aiden loves it for jumping on. The most important part is like a free jungle gym for a certain person who will remain nameless.
That's him.
Towards the end of our bed, we'll keep the same. That's our berry section. We have red currants, which you're seeing on the right-hand side. We have big blackberries, which are in the back. We have a type of black currant known as jostaberry, which you see that on the left-hand side. Our failure, and it's a big failure, excuse me, is asparagus. I put it in the wrong spot. It's over here on the clear left side where you see the bags of dirt, and we're just going to concrete block over that. And it's a problem because I don't have them in the right spot. It takes about 3 or 4 years to get established, and they've been moving around every year. So we have to find a good spot, and then we'll buy the right kind of asparagus and hopefully have that because we love it. So I hope your garden's going well. Ours is off to a good start. A million things to do around here, and we're grateful for James and Aiden and Mr. Victor for getting us going every single day. Take care, y'all. Love you.
All right, let's go look at the rest of these trees here. We have some more cherry bushes, which you can see these ones are really blossoming right now. We have 2 cherry bushes, and then we have an elderberry bush behind it, which is much taller. And then we have a fig bush, which is becoming a fig tree. And it gives us figs every year for the last several years. And then if we look back this way, you can see one of our peach trees, one of the 3 peach trees that we've had for several years. Again, nice pink blossoms. Look at how big the base of that tree is. It's in really good shape, and it did a really good job this last year, as much as we could get from it. And then we have another peach tree, and these are all 3 are different varieties, and this one is doing okay. It's a little later, as you can see, not as much flowering. It's a little different. Usually this one produces earlier, and maybe it will. That one usually produces a little later, and then this one is the last one to produce. But we have not had success in getting the fruit to go all the way and then eat it. And part of it might be because it's behind this big, huge southern pine. And I'm wondering if the lack of light in the evening or whatever, or the pine needles and all that stuff is harming this peach tree. It's hard to say. We've had a lot of problems with disease and bugs and deer and all those things, so you have to figure it all out. By the way, in the garden, something I didn't point out is that we have grapes at both ends, and you can kind of see the grapes. They haven't come out yet at all, but there are these vines that are on the end. And we have a nice new gate on our garden now. It's nice and straight. It closes nicely and opens nicely, and that's thanks to Victor and his hard work. Last but not least, let's look at these flowers. We have a whole bunch of daffodils, and Easter eggs are out already. It's just a decoration thing, but we have Easter eggs, and actually most of the daffodils have already come out. We still have quite a few, and some are still coming out, as you can see here. Beautiful. And these are right in front of the house. And in one of our recent videos, you saw that this corner of the house was open. And you can look now and you can see, you really can't tell that this was open into the living room. So it's been repaired. I have not done a final coat of paint on it. I've put primer on it, but I just haven't gotten around to putting the other paint. But we've tried to weave it in as best we could with the other stuff. And we got a new spigot we moved from another part closer to the side porch, which is great for us. Of course, here's our big chestnut tree, which has been trimmed. It was trimmed like a year ago, and so it's much shorter, way off the house, which is a good thing. But it's not looking as pretty right now, but it will fill in. And then of course towards the street, we have, next to the sidewalk, we have more daffodils. That currently, all along here, all along the property, there's a little fig there covered with wire to protect it. We've gotten some figs off that. And then we're going to have irises in here. You can see the beginnings of the iris plants coming up, which is going to be a beautiful thing when summer gets here, or later spring. And that's kind of our garden around the house and so forth. And this is of course our Japanese maple, which we've had to trim a lot. A lot of parts have died, but it's been around for a long time. When it gets really nice and red, it'll be very beautiful. And it kind of gives us a little protection, noise-wise and privacy on our side porch there. And here we can see all the little starts that we have. Here's a bunch of peas right there that Carrie's going to be putting in the ground soon, and she's already put some of them in. And we have all kinds of things here. We have tomatoes, but you see they're not planted in the garden yet because our temperatures are not quite where they should be for planting those. So it has to be pretty warm. Got some peppers, and then we have jalapenos actually, and the second one right there is jalapenos. And so Victor will be happy about that. I like them too, but not by themselves. So that's our garden. So we hope you enjoyed watching this, and we look forward to sharing more about our garden and how things are going in the future.